You're simply the best. Better than all the rest.
Hello, welcome back to the channel, it's JPA here. In today's video I'm going to be discussing Aberdeen versus Rangers at Pittodrie tomorrow. If you're new to the channel, please think about hitting that subscribe button and we'll just get straight into this video, guys. So Aberdeen Rangers, as I just said, Pittodrie, it's available on Sky Sports. It's 3 PM kick-off tomorrow. Unfortunately for me, I'm working, so I'll have to just record the game and watch it later, which is a little bit frustrating. It's really going to be a tough game, this one. I know I say that quite a lot with these games, but for me, the Old Firm game was a tough game. I managed to get through that with the points. Been saying for a while, this one's a really tough fixture. A lot of people were just obviously looking and focusing on the Celtic game and not really looking beyond that. I've always kind of looked ahead at a couple of the fixtures. Obviously this one's a really tough one. We've got Motherwell away, Ross County's not going to be easy either, and also finished this month with Hibs away. So it's a tough month for us, and winning against Celtic and going 19 points clear is really going to mean nothing to us unless we win this game as well, and just keep up the pressure on Celtic. Obviously they're away on their wee trip to Dubai. Happy holidays, like. It's nice to see that all this COVID nonsense going on, that they're away on a wee holiday, and that's brilliant. Just sit by a pool, drinking beer, braiding each other's hair, excellent. Now obviously it's bank order that they're away, and I'm not really going to make too much of it. There's been a lot said about it this week. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting game, this one against Aberdeen. If you look at the last three results, they drew their most recent game 0-0, Dundee United. The one before that, they won 2-1 at home to St Johnstone, and the one before that they got another draw which finished 0-0 against Motherwell. A couple of draws in there, not the greatest of results, but when I tell you they're unbeaten in the last 6 games, and they've only had the one defeat in the last 8 games as well. Now I'm giving you their results as just a kind of a wee point to see where they are in the season, but to be honest, it doesn't really matter how they played against other teams. It's how they fare against us. Their last game we won 4-0, fairly comfortable at Ibrox, and the game that started the season off is a tricky tie again, away from home. We won 1-0 with a Ryan Kent goal. I remember the build up to that goal. Morelos played really well in the build up to that. And hopefully he'll have a pivotal role in this game as well. If you look at their squad, obviously McCrory can't play in this game because we're his parent club and he can't play against his parent club, so he'll drop out. It'll be interesting to see who he kind of brings into midfield. They've got a good couple of options now. I know in the previous games they're like, oh, this player's not playing and that player's not playing, blah blah blah. Just try to stir it up a wee bit and try to get the newspapers talking and that, and of course try to get their excuses out of the way before the game's even kicked off. Sam Cosgrove and Curtis Main should be available for this one. They're obviously the two best strikers at the club. Arguably, Cosgrove's probably one of the best strikers in the league. That's out with obviously Rangers and Celtic. But yeah, he's a big powerful striker, and he'll do well for them. Other players to look out for is Lewis Ferguson. We always seem to talk him up. He seems to be linked with Rangers every now and again. I didn't really quite understand that one, to be honest. I really didn't like the guy. I didn't think he's a particularly great player. I think he's getting better, but he's not a patch on his uncle or his dad, to be honest. And we've also got Ryan Hedges as well, who's doing really well at the club. So they've got a number of good players in there who can cause us problems. And the last time I was quite surprised they actually did try and play football against us at Ibrox. I'm kind of thinking it'll be different away from home. They'll be a lot tighter at the back and they'll try and hit us on the break. And they'll do this thing where they just launch the ball up top, looking for Cosgrove, looking for Main, and they'll just kind of try and win free kicks, throw-ins, anything that they can just launch the ball into the box. So we need to be wary of that. We can't give away silly free kicks at the edge of the area, or we're going to be punished. Cosgrove's really good in the air, so we didn't really want to give them a chance at that either. A good wee point that was made by David Edgar on the Heart Hand podcast, saying that obviously once we play this game, it's a difficult venue and we don't need to go there again this season, unless obviously we get them in the cup or whatever, but in terms of league football we didn't need to go there again, so if we get this game out of the way, get the 3 points, then we do need to go back there again, which is really pleasing for me. If you look at Rangers in terms of their team, Ryan Jack is back in training. He's not quite going to be ready for this game, which is really a shame. It kind of seemed written in the stars that he'd come back for this Aberdeen game, being an ex-captain of course. But yeah, he'll be back next week, which is really, really good news, considering the next bit of news I'm going to tell you is Scotty Arfield's had his scan, and unfortunately it's the ankle ligaments, so he's going to be out for maybe 4 or 5 weeks, which is really disappointing. Roof, he's going to be out for another couple of weeks as well with his injury. He obviously took that knock against Celtic. A lot of people thought it was a tactical decision to bring Hadji on, which turned out not too bad, to be honest. But yeah, Roof did take a knock in that game. It's a great opportunity for Hadji. I don't know whether it'll be Hadji that comes in there, or we can play it in there. We can push players around and try and fit Defoe, and I really don't know how he's going to go. For me personally, I'd go with Hadji. He's been playing really well recently, and he deserves to get the start. And if obviously Roof's not available, then I'd imagine he'll just slot right in there. For me, the fact that Roof is out kind of just cements it in stone for me that Morelos will start up front. I'm delighted with that news, to be honest. I thought he played really well against Celtic. And as I said earlier in the video, he did really well for that goal for Ryan Kent in the last game at this ground, so I'd be quite pleased to see him up front. The only other injury that we really need to discuss is Katic. Katic is back, not quite in training yet, but he's getting there. He's progressing really, really well according to Steven Gerrard, so that's really pleasing. He'll be back in a couple of weeks. Hopefully in the next few weeks we can actually start to get players back. I know we kind of avoided a lot of injuries in the first half of the season, but they're starting to pick up now. We might even need to bolster the squad in January, depending on how things go. So now I'm going to give you my prediction. Obviously, feel free to get yours in the comments below, as you usually do, you guys. Very good at doing that. I did say it's going to be a tough game. I'm going to go a really tight one. I'm going to go Aberdeen 0, Rangers 1. Goal scorer, I'm going to go for Morelos. I think he's due a goal. I know he did score one a couple of weeks ago, but I think he's due another goal. His performances have been a lot better recently, and I really think he will score. So I'm just going to wrap the video up, guys. Thank you very much for watching. As I always say, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Help us get on our way. Thanks to my new subscriber as well. I've got a couple over the last 2 weeks or so. So yeah, delighted with these guys coming on board. Hopefully these are here for the full journey. And we're trying to hit that 300 mark now. Quick thing, do you like my new background? Got a wee flag just for the background. Looks a lot better in my opinion, but tell me what you guys think down below. And I will see you in the next video. Cheers, guys.